we're talking about what happens this winter and next. And if he doesn't understand, I'll tell him so. Every pound the Prime Minister's government refuses to raise in windfall taxes, which is leaving billions on the table, is an extra pound of borrowing. That's the simple, straightforward argument. Every pound she leaves on the table is an extra pound of borrowing, loading the burden of the cost of living crisis onto working people who will have to pay back for years to come.
Will my right honourable friend?
I will.
I'm grateful to my right honourable friend. The Prime Minister has been careful to frame her guarantee in terms of her refusal to tax. But is she not going to have a problem explaining to the British people how a levy on their bills in the future to repay the borrowing is not actually a tax?
I'm grateful for that intervention. This is the basic political divide. They want to protect the excess profits of the oil and gas and energy group, the excess profits. We want to protect working people. Mr. Speaker, I will give way.
I'm very grateful to him for giving way, and this Saturday myself and many members of the Chesterfield Labour Party will be out meeting voters in Chesterfield, and if any of them haven't been paying attention this week, they might still say you're all the same. But isn't it absolutely clear now that there is a clear divide? Yes. Every voter that I knock on the door, they will know political parties have a choice. They've chosen to be on the side of the energy generators. We've chosen to be on the side of bill payers.
Well, I'm grateful for that, and I'll be absolutely amazed if members opposite haven't picked this up. Ask voters whether they think that it's fair that they pick up the bill, or those companies that made profits they didn't expect to make, and there's only one answer to that question. It's a very simple question of whose side are you on? And I'm afraid this isn't a one-off, because not only is the Prime Minister refusing to extend the windfall tax, she is also choosing to cut corporation tax, an extra £17 billion in tax cuts for companies that are already doing well. That means handing a tax cut to the water companies polluting our beaches, handing tax cuts to the banks, handing a tax cut to Amazon. She's making that choice, even though households and public services need every penny they can get. Working people are paying for the cost of living crisis. Stroke victims wait an hour for an ambulance, and criminals walk the streets with impunity. It's the wrong choice for working people. It's the wrong choice for Britain. I will give way.
I thank my right honourable friend, and it seems that the government has decided to deal with this energy crisis off the backs of ordinary, hard-working Brits and load huge levels of debt on future generations rather than properly taxing the billions of pounds of excess profits for energy companies. Why is this government on the side of big corporates rather than being on the side of ordinary, hard-working Brits? Is it because the Prime Minister is a former employee of Shell and is therefore on the side of oil and gas companies and is not protecting ordinary working British people?
Well, I'm grateful for that intervention, and it does come down to this basic point. Everybody in this House recognises that profits are needed for investment in all businesses. But in this case, these are unexpected profits that were not expected to make. And when the Chief Executive of BP says this